Hi friends. Today I'll actually be reading from my Cultural Backgrounds Study Bible. This is an NIV translation, but there's many notes at the bottom here that will help the reader understand the greater context of what was going on in the ancient world at the time. And I was reading the other day and I just couldn't help but share it with you. This could probably be a sermon, so if this is of any interest to you, maybe I will make it into one, but I just thought this little tiny note really packed a punch. So here we are. We're in Matthew 16. This is right before the Transfiguration. And I'll read a little bit beforehand. It says Jesus predicts his death, right? From that time on, Jesus began to explain to his disciples that he must go to Jerusalem and suffer many things at the hands of the elders, the chief priests, and the teachers of the law, and that he must be killed and on the third day be raised to life. Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. "Never, Lord," he said, "this shall never happen to you." Jesus turned and said to Peter, "Get behind me, Satan. You are a stumbling block to me. You do not have in mind the concerns of God, but merely human concerns." Then Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever wants to be my disciple must deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For whoever wants to save their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for me will find it." So the note I wanted to share with you was about when Jesus says, "Get behind me, Satan." And sometimes Jesus has pretty hard words like these to share with disciples or with Pharisees. And this is quite a harsh rebuke. So let me read this to you. So the note for 16:23, "Get behind me, Satan." The disciples were expected to walk behind their teachers, and Jesus might allude figuratively to that posture here, meaning get behind me. As for Satan, the note is, by offering the kingdom without the cross, Peter fills Satan's role. And then, as for the stumbling block, this plays on Peter's name, which comes from the Greek word Petros, which means rock. So the first part is great, get behind me. The second part is really what's incredible. By offering the kingdom without the cross, Peter fills Satan's role. Role where? Well, as you remember, earlier in Matthew, Jesus is tempted in the wilderness. And one of the temptations, he stands and offers the whole world, the whole kingdom to Jesus. And that is one of the temptations, right, that Satan offers him. But what we see here is it's no kingdom without the cross, because the cross does the redemptive work. The cross is the sacrifice that makes all that possible. So he's saying that Peter wants to say, yes, this is never going to happen to you, Lord. This is never going to happen to you. But that can't be so. It has to happen. Otherwise, the kingdom won't be what it needs to be, which is one of forgiveness of God through the sacrifice on the cross. So I think that would be, a fantastic little, maybe even, you could make a whole sermon series out of it, really. But the kingdom without the cross is impossible. Right? So I'll take that for my week and think about, we can't have all the great things in life. All these, we can't skip to the end and say, I'm perfectly sanctified. I'm holy. I'm this and that. You can't skip to the end without going through those who want to save their life will lose it, but whoever loses their life will find it, right? So he explains that right afterwards. So that's what I'm going to take this week. We got to take the hard stuff, right? It's the sacrifice. It's the giving of yourself. That's what brings the kingdom. It doesn't just come from some kind of laborless miracle. The kingdom comes, through Christ's sacrifice, but also us as the hands and feet of Jesus. We are doing the same day in and day out, sacrificing for those we love and for the whole world. So I pray that that would be your charge this week as well as mine. Have a great week. Blessings. Bye-bye.